Mr. President, I'm the only person who is going to start by complaining. My complaint here, I did mention to your Minister of Works that you came here to flag off Second Niger Bridge and we are doing it in this tent. This is not a birthday party. I had asked to close down all the markets in Onitsha and they were asked not to come here. They are the people you are building the bridge for. We can invite this crowd for party. But the people in Onitsha would have, this would have been done in an open field. It is politics. You cannot come and spend to invest 120 billion here and we're in this tent. To have been in an open field. But you are supposed to know what you're doing. You received nearly 1 billion votes from Anambra State. The people here are less than 2,000. Those who love you, those who die for you are not here. Because I was told it for security reasons. If they cannot secure you here, we will secure you because you're safe here. Whenever you come, you can go to the market.
One of the beautiful things about the Peter Obi's brand is that I know we don't play ideological politics in Nigeria and even in Africa. But if there's ever been a Nigerian politician that have been close to an ideology, that have been very close or in the same quarters as being able to identify as though there is an ideology that the person or the brand run with, is Peter Obi. That has been fair. The man has been consistently consistent. And that's why some of us are very happy looking at this man to say, we want this man to get into power. And I'll say this at this moment. You know, sometimes we've talked about the economic complexities of our problem. And I recognize that we've had a lot of problems. But with the Bola Ahmed Tinubu's government, or with the advent of Bola Ahmed Tinubu's government, we cannot see that the problem of Nigeria is not a revenue problem. It has never been an economic problem. It has never been a money problem. It is not lack of resources to fix a problem. It has actually been a baseline of values, beliefs, attitude, responsibility, accountability, competence, and much more consistency. Because this government has now been said to be one of the regime where we've made the highest monies. And fortunately, not from oil, but from taxes, removals of subsidies and all of that. The people have been made to pay from their nose, bleeding through to make this money available. Currently, the Nigerian government runs on taxes and levies from a people that is being said to be multi-dimensionally poor. It is a record breaking, but that's not the conversation for today. Yet all of this money has been sent to various places. Where is the value in the Nigerian people? So you can see that we have basically a psychological problem. It is that psychological problem that has meant that these people would rather the governor of Plateau State pulled up in a bunker where these people continue to spend money on the most irrelevant of things. Who's spoken widely? I don't have a problem whatever you spend money on, but if the money you are spending doesn't have an immediate effect, it is not in the scale of preference, it is not in the priority list, it is not in the baseline of whatever, like we analyzed the other day, the Maslow's pyramid for needs of the human. If you would jettison the need for security of lives and properties, which of course the Constitution recognized as the number one priority, welfare of the people, if you will jettison that to go and give your friends and crony 15 trillion for them to go and build a coastal highway, if you would jettison that, if you would jettison power generation, power transmission, and power distribution to the people, rather than fixing houses for you and your VP, buying SUVs, buying yachts, or buying presidential jets, if you will jettison the people, obviously we have a psychological problem. And that is why the Peter Obi's brand has been consistently consistent about the need for us to spend wisely. And you can hear him there clearly. He was talking to Goodluck Jonathan. That was far back in 2014. He was speaking, you heard it clearly. The flag of the second Niger Bridge. He said, why are we spending this money? As a governor, why are we wasting this money? Why are we not focused on the people that needs this thing? Why are we having all of these parties and events? The Nigerian political class knows why they don't need Peter Obi in the public space. It will not be good for them. All of these are things that they've seen and they said, no, we cannot allow all of this. Because what benefits the politicians, as it were, is availability of money is being made available. It is money. Make the money available. That's why they came in the first place. Because they are the worst of us. They cannot produce and reproduce if they are out of politics. A lot of the guys in our political space as governors, they cannot work in certain industries and move from grade 0 to the top level. They can't. They will also have to look for a lot of ways to fight politics. And one of the pointers to see is failing society, where society begins to fail, is when the only credentials become money. The only credential become money. And unfortunately, the societies that we live in the West, these are the things that we see. And then we are worried. But in Nigeria, it is normalized. It's a normal thing. The other day, Peter B helped Two-Face to carry his bag while Two-Face wanted to take a picture. And the video went viral. Video went viral. People said, oh, he's showing off. But has he not been consistent with this lifestyle? Have you not seen him consistently? There are videos of him everywhere, even as sitting governor. He asked, while he was governor, senior prefect in schools had access to his phone number. I don't have access to my local government chairman. He's unreachable. There are certain SAs and SSAs in the Pueblo's government that you cannot call, cannot talk to, because they've built a wall. They're already living in that ideology. To fixing a damaged society, we first need to correct the psychology of the people. You see, we don't have an economic problem. We have a psychological problem. We have an attitudinal problem. There is need for us to regroup as a people, to have a new direction of where this nation is headed. If money comes, it's good. That's why your parents never gave you money as the first. They gave you education. We need to take this country away from the focus. We are headed the wrong way. In full effect, we are accelerated to the wrong direction. It is at this point where people say that in certain instances, direction become more important than speed. This is where we need redirection of this country. That's the way we can fix it.